G'day, I'm Trent Maxwell.
And I'm Lee Mason.
And we want to welcome you to our Live, Learn, Survive podcast. Since 2018, Lee and I travelled the globe and met face-to-face with over 30,000 children in 6 countries across 3 continents. We created a series of award-winning children's books, a global online education program, and are founders of the Live, Learn, Survive charity, all focused on teaching children and young adults life skills that will not only help themselves but help others too. We're on a mission to spread awareness about fire, water, safety and first aid education to inspire the next generation of first responders. So join us for the next half an hour with some fun, inspiration and kindness, and we'll try and learn something too. How are you this week, Lee? Welcome aboard.
I am good, Maxie. How are you?
Well, not too bad. That was the second take for that intro. So
I know, and anyone would think we can edit this, and everyone knows we don't know how to. So here we go. So
we're a special guest.
Special guest again, Maxie. One of our favourite weeks, and we've been rolling on with a few guests, which is amazing. So I'm really looking forward to this one because I'm going to learn something, because I am well and truly out of my depth with this one. So today, Maxie, we are going to be joined by Matt Lawson and Adam Seminara, who are from Surfing New South Wales, an initiative called Surfers Rescue 24/7. So Surfers Rescue 24/7, this is so cool. It's a Surfing New South Wales aquatic safety program initiative aimed at saving lives in and out of the water through education, training and preparedness. So surfers, as you would know, are in the water year round from dawn to dusk, and often find themselves as first responders in aquatic emergencies. With less than 5% of our beaches, Australian beaches, patrolled, we know that surfers play a vital role in saving lives and are often the unsung heroes in countless life-saving rescues. And you mentioned many times how the surfers help you guys. So it's a board rescue course. It's a 2-part course that teaches surfers and ocean users CPR and specialised rescue techniques using their surfcraft to save lives in emergency. The rescue techniques have been developed and endorsed by New South Wales Professional Lifeguard, the Australian Lifeguard Service, and some of the world's most elite surfers, including World Champions Mick Fanning, Layne Beachley, Richards and Kelly Slater. And it's supported by the New South Wales State Government. So welcome, guys. Matt, Adam, very happy to have you here. And I am so keen to learn so much because this is a whole new world to me. So welcome. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, thanks for having us. We're really stoked to be here.
Yep. Yeah, it's good to see you guys. And blast from the past. I actually know Adam. I grew up with Adam down at Maroubra Beach all those years ago. So it's good to see a familiar face. And it's good to have you guys on this podcast because I want to learn more about what you guys do. There's a lot of lifeguards and surfers around the eastern suburbs and around New South Wales that I see occasionally on their stories and in Instagram posts of doing some really good drills and techniques and learning days with you guys. So Lee, you want to kick us off with the first question?
Straight into it so we can showcase this amazing thing. So guys, how long has Surfers Rescue 24/7, how long has it been going for?
Yeah, so it's been going for about 10 years now, when they first developed the course. But look, for the last 4 years, we've been receiving a little bit of help from the New South Wales State Government, and it's fair to say we've probably ramped up the course over the last 4 years. Over the last 4 years, we've managed to put 10,000 people through the rescue techniques and trained in CPR. But we're doing a few other things as well. Like now we've sort of branched out where we're running trauma training courses, drone training. We've just come back from a weekend drone training with New South Wales clubs, so it's the last 4 years have really stepped it up.
It's amazing to see, like it's been going for 10 years, but how you've evolved into all these different avenues within Surfers Rescue 24/7. You know, I actually didn't realize with the drone stuff, that's quite interesting. And with the heavy trauma, can you kind of elaborate more on what that sort of entails with the major trauma side?
Yeah, so we've been working with the TACMed military medics. These guys have been trained on the, in the army and been on the battlefield, I guess, and we're using techniques that have been applied out that to an aquatic environment, and being able to design a course and give that to our board rider clubs and surf schools and high performance coaches up and down the coast to prepare them for a traumatic situation. Things like a shark attack, a propeller injury, a heavy laceration. That training's been received super well because it's things that you can't get at a normal first aid course. So how to apply a tourniquet, improvised tourniquets, wound packing, pretty heavy duty stuff and equipment. In addition to that training, we've also been able to provide our clubs and surf schools with a trauma kit that has all the equipment to be deployed in a heavy situation.
No, that's awesome. We know when we're in and out of schools and doing the online stuff, how important it is to obviously teach kids and adults CPR and resuscitation, but also the element of controlling bleeding and how important it is to know how to stop bleeding if there's a major trauma and someone is bleeding out, knowing how to use a tourniquet and how to pack wounds in all different environments. It's awesome that you guys are doing that. So, Lee, did you want to say anything after that?
No. I was just going to say incredible, and you covered it, Maxie. So absolutely. You go on to the next one.
Yeah. So, how many people work for Surfers Rescue 24/7?
Look, we're a pretty small team at the moment. We've got about 3 New South Wales, Surf New South Wales staff, including a part-time admin person. And then we have 5 or so main contractors who are, professional lifeguards, fireys, and, accredited trainers, excellent ocean men and women. We also have a number of our surf schools that we've trained to run surfers rescue courses, which is pretty epic. They're spreading the message up and down the coast.
Yeah.
And we've got some some really fantastic lifeguard ambassadors that help promote the courses for us and give up their time, like Harry's and Whippet, that you know very well. And we've got great relationships with the University of New South Wales, their beach safety group with Dr. Rip, and we've been working with the Float to Survive guys as well. And we're just trying to look at best practices and the latest life-saving technologies, but essentially, full-time Adam and myself are sort of mainly here working. Yeah.
Is it just in New South Wales? Because I'm in Queensland, so I just is it just New South Wales?
Yeah, we're just working New South Wales, but we've also been Surfing Victoria have taken up the program,
So cool.
and there's and Surfing Western Australia as well are doing it as well. So hopefully this is an initiative we can bring around the world at some stage.
Yeah, and you're definitely on the way to that. Again, getting Surfing Victoria and Surfing WA, and going back to that, the Harry's and Hoppo and all these guys are doing other things outside to kind of reach the common goal of helping people and looking after people. It's funny you say that. We're actually trying to get Dr. Rip to come on and do a podcast with us hopefully soon too. So
awesome.
It's all one big community in a way. So it's awesome what you guys are doing. So Lee, do you want to go on to the next question?
Yeah, absolutely. So where do you do your CPR and your first aid courses? How do they work?
So we cover the entirety of the New South Wales coastline with our Surfers Rescue program. And generally we run the course... We run the course on the same day, so with the water component and the CPR. So generally we're just, we're servicing board rider clubs, the public, and then, schools and whatnot up and down the coast. So we'll find a spot, we'll, run the water component at the beach, and then we'll find a venue, usually like a surf lifesaving club, where we can run the CPR stuff.
Yeah, cool.
In a room, it's a bit similar when we've gone to some schools. Sometimes in a classroom, we've been in a playground, we've been in wherever you can make it work, you just make it work.
That's it for sure. Yeah. And sometimes, we were down in Congo not too long ago, little South Coast community, and the vibe down there, there wasn't really a venue, so you go to someone's house, you do the CPR at the house, and it's just so well received, you know.
When there's a will, there's a way, and like I said, there's so many surfers up and down New South Wales and around Australia, and this is vital stuff. This is stuff that will save lives, and people, not just surfers, but members of the public, locals, school kids, everyone needs to learn these skills to save lives. Because
when you think that only 5% of the beaches are patrolled, that as a statistic is really, when you think of the thousands and thousands of miles of beaches in Australia and only 5% are patrolled, it's
as we all know, how many drownings have been for a long time, but even the last 2-3 years, there's record high numbers of drownings, not just on the coast areas, but in rivers, lakes, dams, all across Australia. So any initiative and any program that's trying to bring those stats down, again, hats off to them. It is a bit of a tough slog. 10 years you guys have been doing it. Me and Lee have been working together for nearly 10 years as well. It's something that we're passionate about, and we're trying to get as many people and support as possible. So going on to the next one, guys. How can people get involved and support Surfers Rescue 24/7?
Yeah, well, to do the courses, we've got them listed. We've got upcoming courses on our Surfers Rescue 247 webpage. We run a lot of courses, as we said before, for the border riding groups and coastal community groups and a lot of schools that they'll have a course just for them. But like we've definitely got, if you don't have a group, we've definitely got the public courses, but always on our Instagram page, Surfers Rescue 247, we're always promoting courses. We've got upcoming courses, so that's probably a good one, either the website or the Instagram.
Yeah, cool. And after people do the course, is it a refresher every year, or is it up to you guys to kind of lock them back in a year in advance, or is it a one-off thing?
Yeah, look, we hopefully we can keep running this course forever, and we can, and a lot of people will come back in a couple of years' time. Well, with the Surfers Rescue, with the actual course, you get if you do CPR, there's a 2-year accreditation.
Yep.
We encourage people to come back every 2 years and stay accredited.
Yep.
The good thing is we've been able to run this course with a little bit of assistance from the government. We've been able to put this course on for free, so people can get those accreditations without any cost.
That's awesome.
That's amazing. That's brilliant. Do you have a story that you can, that it kind of explains why you do what you do? Have you got an example or a story that illustrates it?
Yeah, I think we both got one on this. But I mean, for me, like growing up in Sydney, you were exposed to like a busy beach, Maroubra, surfed Maroubra and Bondi a lot growing up. You are exposed to a lot of rescues. So a lot of my mates are lifeguards. So I've always been involved in that kind of scene. And then, I did a lot of traveling overseas. And, you find yourself trying to find remote waves away from people. And, I guess you're exposed to the reality that, if something did go wrong, it's either you or the friends you're with. So that's always a thought in my head. And then, I have been involved in some big rescues, and probably one of the biggest ones was in Hossegor in the south of France. I was out surfing with a bunch of buddies, and there was a mass rescue. About 5 people got swept off a bank, and it's a pretty gnarly kind of conditions. And I mean, I wasn't trained in surfers rescue at all, but it kind of, without us out there, providing them assistance, they've gone pretty south. But those kind of things have kind of, I guess, set the trajectory to be where we
definitely are. And sometimes people are just thrown in the deep end. Again, you've been a surfer all your life, been going traveling around, and then people that don't necessarily have those skills or that knowledge growing up or learning get thrown in the deep end. So it's good to have the initiative for people to know what you guys do, that do like getting into the water or do like surfing, to learn those extra skills for when they are on that trip over in Europe or they're up and down the coast of New South Wales. They know what to do in those stressful, chaotic, traumatic situations.
Because it can happen, it can be anywhere in the world, can't it?
Anywhere.
Literally, you just said south of France. We've heard stories from Ireland. It literally, it can happen literally anywhere, anytime.
And Matt, have you got a story for us?
Look, I just think, we're probably both community-driven people, and that's. But for me, it's quite funny. I was involved in the first ever surfers rescue course that was put on before I worked for Surfing New South Wales. Did it through my local board riding club on a trial. They did the trial of the surfers rescue course, and I attended that. Yeah. But a few weeks later, I was involved in a sort of double rescue on a remote beach near Foster, with a young child and his father who jumped in the water to try and get his son, and non-English speaking family, and I managed to bring them into the beach safely, and it really scared me to think, that if I wasn't there, what would have happened?
Yeah.
And I remember, but a couple of those tricks not tricks, but techniques that we learned through that course, I got to use them, and it really made me think, about it, and so, I wanted to learn more, and I've hopefully been honing my skills in since then. But it's quite funny now and surreal to think that I'm working in that program that I did the first pilot course for as a participant, and now we're sort of, we're working in it, and hopefully we're taking it to the next level.
Yeah, no. Well, when you say hopefully, you are, mate. It's seeing what you guys do week in, week out. It's awesome, and the fact that you're growing and you're doing all these other little avenues that stem off Surf Rescue 247. It's great to see.
Yeah.
So
it's like one of those sliding doors thing, isn't it? You happen to be on the course and you think that opens the door and takes you to the next, career that you probably never even thought of.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
So
is it you next, Maxie?
Yeah, it's you. Sorry, Lee.
Okay, sorry. Okay.
Jumping in.
No. I'm just looking where we are. So that leads nicely. What were you doing before Surfers 24/7?
Well, for me, I was in the corporate life, and I was managing businesses and doing the Monday to Friday thing that I wasn't really keen on, but I was there. And but look, I've always been a passionate surfer, former Board Riders Club president, footy coach, first aider through all my workplace. So I guess, so that's where I was doing prior.
Yeah, look, you know what happens to all of us. My background was fashion, met Maxie, and my late mum was a lifeguard and saved 3 kids with CPR, which is hence when, met Maxie, it was like, hang on, then it's career twist, off we go. So I get that completely. What about you, Adam?
Well, I came out of school straight into a trade. I was plumbing away. When I finished my trade, I went overseas and I was looking for some surf camp, surf guiding jobs. So I got a couple of them in Morocco and in south of Spain, in the north of Spain rather. And then I ended up, staying in the Basque Country for about 7 years, managing a surf camp and
that's epic.
Running tours along the coast. So,
and you would have in those surf camps, you would have had some situations like you were saying in south of France before, but in these surf camps, you would have had minor first aids, some major first aids. Have you got any other stories you can add on for working in those areas as a surf instructor?
Yeah, I think there was two pretty big ones. We were cliff jumping. Someone jumped off the cliff the wrong way and fractured the vertebrae. So
it's no good. So straight into suspected spinal.
Yeah, and so we were super far out. No one on duty, trying to get a person in on a. It was a pretty heavy situation. She made a full recovery, but I think it was a heavy rescue. Mundaka is a pretty famous wave in the Basque Country, I guess all the surf guides and surf instructors were having a surf, and we brought a bunch of the guests with us. One of the guests jumped off to have a swim. The way Mundaka works, it's a bit of a river mouth. It's a river mouth setup, and there's a little harbour. And one of the surfers jumped off, or one of the punters jumped off into the river mouth, and it was low tide and got sucked out to sea. Wow. And at the time, we didn't know. We were out in the lineup, and Mundaka is a pretty heavy place, pretty localised as well. You don't want to be stepping on toes out there. But yeah, one of the locals ended up grabbing this gentleman that was in danger and paddled him towards the lineup and asking for myself. And yeah, it was a bit of a tricky situation because I hadn't been in something like that before, and it was quite big. And I ended up giving this guy my surfboard and put the leg rope on him. And that's a key thing that we teach. We say always keep the board for you. Always keep the leg rope on you. You know, you as a rescuer are the number one most important person, right? But this just went out the window. I'm thinking this bloke's, you know, he's 6'2". He's jumped on my 5'7", and I've tried to push him in, you know, heavy kind of left-hand tube. And it was my first time surfing it too. So I was swimming in, I got super gassed. I had another couple of friends trying to help, got that guy in safely. But yeah, it was a bit of an episode, and the heart rate running, and there was police there waiting for us and all sorts.
It's all happening.
I didn't drama I didn't want for my
Well, adding onto that, Adam, we teach when I've done a few RIP videos in the past, you know, how many times, and Matt, you can second this, when you saw that father running for his child up the coast, you know, rescuers do drown as well. And we try to educate people that, you know, people see someone in trouble, they might have done the odd swimming lesson as they're a kid, or they know how to throw the arms over, but it's a completely different situation when you're panicking and you're stressed and you're trying to get out to save that person's life. And 9 times out of 10, the rescuers unfortunately drown themselves. And, you know, we always tell people, if you're going to go in the water to help someone, always take a flotation device, always take a rescue device to be able to look after yourself, primary, help the you principle, yourself, others, and the unfortunate. So it's good that you touched on that about the leg rope situation. In that case, you gave it to him, but what you guys teach is always keep the board, the flotation device with you. And, you know, you can protect yourself, and then you'll be able to help other people as well. So that's good.
Absolutely. And those techniques that we teach in that course, the specific techniques for different situations. And I think that's really important. Like a lot of surfers who've surfed their whole life still might be really good surfers, but might not have thought about how you would rescue someone who's a bigger person or, you know, depending on the conditions. So we teach a number of different techniques for different scenarios and how you use your ready-made rescue device in the best possible way. Keeping yourself safe.
Yeah, that's gold. That's
Brilliant.
Gold. Best piece of advice that both of you have been given. Could be anything. It's just we always ask our guests over time. Best piece of advice you've ever been given.
Oh, probably for me, it's like you never stop learning. You know, like that's you can always learn, and I just want to keep learning. And no matter, even though I'm getting a bit older now, you never stop learning.
Every day's a school day, as they say.
Every day's a school day, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, and it's probably second to that is, you know, following your passions and what you want to do, all right? And then, you know, also leaving your own path. Like, you know, don't follow the path that's most people take. You know, leave your own trail, I guess.
Yeah. No, that's exactly right. You always got to back yourself, and, you know, true things in life are doing things that you really want to do. And if you have a dream or a passion, follow it, and you never know where you're going to end up. And in this case, both of you have had different paths initially back in the day, and then you've formed something that's amazing. And you guys, it's great to see outside looking in. There's a lot of people that I know that have been doing stuff with you guys, and it's awesome to see. So
yeah, absolutely. When you're doing something, you know, we always say when you're doing something that's not been done before, there's no roadmap, is there? You've just got to find your way. You know, just literally keep going. And when you're so passionate about it, you know, it doesn't feel like a job, does it? It's just like you just keep on going. And
I was just going to your next question, Lee. Just before you say that, again, you just need to make sure that it's never going to be. Sorry, there's days where it's going to be easy, and there's days going to be hard, and there's going to be days where you're just going to be just over it. But know that what you are doing is making a difference to the communities of New South Wales and eventually Australia.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
Absolutely. So, if it was easy, everyone else would be doing it. So what has been some of the most stressful parts of the journey so far?
I think for us, and it's just that, I think it's for us is the ability to secure funding and be able to continue to run these courses for free. Like I said, I've come from businesses where here we work for a not-for-profit organisation and we don't have any funding. So we try to secure grants and things like that can help us with these courses. And we're lucky to have a bit of support from the New South Wales government at the moment to be able to run the course. We want to be able to run them for free for our communities and because we know that the program directly contributes to saving lives, and we'd love to see that continue. But so that's probably the hardest part, doing all the things that to try and tell people about what we're doing, and then you have to sell it, because even though we know it's working, but we're just on a bit of the hamster wheel.
Word of mouth, get the message out there. And,
you're preaching to the converted here. We absolutely get it, because it's like, you know what you're doing. It's like making a difference, and it's like always believing, isn't it? The next meeting or the next phone call or the next conversation might be the magic one. And grants are incredibly difficult to get. They're more and more competitive to get, and you can be spending your life filling in applications, and that's and you want to be teaching people. That's the thing, so it is very stressful. So hats off for your determination and persistence.
And Adam, have you got a stressful part to the journey?
No, look, I think Matt summed it up. We're in this together. We're a team on that front. I don't feel like the actual work itself is stressful. It gets so positively received, all that sort of thing. It's the nitty gritty when you're trying to secure that funding, and trying to come in for the next couple of years, and hopefully we can still keep doing this and have jobs as well. That's probably 100%. The most.
Yeah, it's the I get that completely. Maxie and I would completely agree with that, because it's the administration of it all. It's the keeping the the paperwork, the compliance, all the things that is completely not very attractive to have to do, but it has to be done. And the fun bit is, like you say, actually doing the work. And we completely get that.
Yeah.
So you next then, Maxie?
Yeah, I was going to say, so how do you boys deal with stress? So in this this day and age, a lot of people do speak about how they deal with mental health and stress and so on. How do you guys deal and eliminate the stress that you guys have day to day?
Well, I mean, we Surfing New South Wales, the name says it all, I guess.
Surf's up.
Yeah, we spend a lot of time in the ocean, and as you would know, how good the ocean is for you mentally. So, we'll try and surf before work most days. And when things aren't too busy, we'll jump out on our lunchtime for a quick paddle. We got a beautiful office here at River Beach that overlooks the water. And so, we can keep an eye on the waves and jump out. But, that's a given. If you're a surfer, you're surfing most days. But, it does wonders for you. But I think we also just need to learn to accept, I guess, that you can't control everything. And you can only do your best and hope that people value all the hard work you put in.
100%.
Yeah, that's really good advice as well. Knowing if you've done your best, what more can you do? If you've given it 100%, there's nothing else to give.
There's no point worrying about it. Like I said, you do your best. That's all you can do.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, Lee,
absolutely.
Up to you.
So, next career goal. What's next on the wish list?
It's just for us to secure funding, to provide our board rider members, our surf schools, our New South Wales coastal communities, with more educational opportunities and life-saving resources. Whether it's the trauma kits we're providing, the drones, we'd love to be able to give our not-for-profit board rider clubs, equip them with, say, defibrillators or things like that. And so that's where we want to go. But we're trying to develop we really want to develop an advanced surface rescue course. tailored for surfers, the professional type, and tackling big waves and slabs. We think there's a need for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, people are pushing. I think that's it. There's definitely a side, people pushing the boundaries, but also, having a course with professionals that could keep these guys safe, or give them a bit more, more skills to take it to the next level, I guess.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, and I suppose as well, more people doing the courses, growing into Victoria, and just like that whole every person that gets to know about you is another person that might tell someone else, and that whole kind of grassroots word of mouth thing as well.
Yeah. And forever technology is changing in the way where it comes to drones. There could be new technology coming with drones, new technology of tourniquets and medical kind of, what you do in first aid. So I'm sure across what you're doing already, it's just you kind of chipping away and being up to the times with that. So that's cool. Boys, if you weren't doing Surfers Rescue 24/7, what would the two of you be doing?
Well, Maxie, I reckon I would be trying to get on the lifeguards, probably down in Wollongong.
Yeah,
that's probably where I'd be thinking, and I'm still thinking that's something I want to do in my lifetime. So, been thinking about that one for a while. But where we are in Surfing New South Wales at the moment, for me, I'm pretty tied up. There's not a lot of space for anything else. But I do see that happening one day.
Yeah, cool. And what about you, Matty?
Oh, look. Unfortunately, I think I'd probably be stuck in a corporate gig somewhere, and that I wasn't passionate about, and so I'm glad I'm not there. But I definitely have more money in the bank, but my life would be not as fulfilled. And
no, cool.
I was going to say, I don't think you'd be rushing back to corporate, Matt. I reckon once you've been able to leave it, it would be really tough to go back, wouldn't it?
Taken off the suit, I've grown the beard, I'm wearing thongs right now and shorts, so it's
so good. It's awesome.
Yeah,
between the toes.
Yeah, exactly. Well, my I get it. My husband is finishing work this week on Friday. That's his corporate life done. And he's just like, we're not, the shirt's coming home today and going straight in the bin. We're like, so he'll be like, the thongs will be on, he'll be a happy man. So I get it. It's really hard once you've left it to go back. So yeah, well, I can't see that happening. Surfers 24/7, on and up, going to be all around Australia.
Yes, I love it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Just notice, Lee, next career goal and the next question are very similar. But you can try to modify that if you want for the next question.
Okie dokie. Did I miss a question, Maxie?
No, you didn't. No, it's just what's next for Surfers Rescue 24/7.
Yeah, we kind of asked that, didn't we? Yeah. What's next so going around Australia and building the courses. So I'll go to the next one then, Maxie. Yep. What advice would you give to your 16-year-old self? This is Matt before you went into that corporate career.
Oh, for me, it's don't fear failure. I just, I like to try and keep an open mind. Like in the past, I thought this is what has to be done, and I've been sort of regimented. But now, not to fear failure, to try and follow your passions, but really keep an open mind.
Yeah, that's a cool answer.
Gold.
And what about you, Adam?
Oh, look, I think thinking back to 16, I would just say try everything you can. You know what I mean? Be a bit of a yes man, a yes woman. I think it's positive to try and get yourself out there, experience as many things as you can, and that will help you grow as a person.
And as you know, Adam, it's a big, and Matt, if you've travelled a lot as well, but it's a big wide world out there, and get out there and explore it and check out and do things out of your comfort zone. I think that'll be awesome too.
Yeah, because that's how you find things that, you would never know if you like something or you don't like something. And, your first job at 18, like I always say my career's taken many twists and turns. It's like, if you don't try something else, you'll never find it. You just stay in the one place, and that's fine for some people. They may be happy with that, but the more you can take on and have a go at, I think it just takes you on a path you might never have found.
Yeah, that's it. And the people that you get to meet, through those new experiences will have a big impact on shaping you. And I think that's super.
Yeah.
Because as you said, it is 1,000,000% always about the people. The jobs you've had, the bosses you've had, the people, like it's always about the people that you're, on the journey with. And like you just said, you're in a team, good days you're a team, you take the wins, and on the bad days you go, well, you know what, we'll regroup again tomorrow, and that's how it goes. So awesome advice there.
Yeah, and just before we wrap up, boys, we do ask our guests, because there's two of you, do you guys have a song that that fires you up, individual, but something that puts you in a good mood, happy-go-lucky? If you're traveling up and down the coast doing these courses, you're about to go surfing.
What's on the playlist?
Yeah, look, we've just spent about four nights together driving down to Lake Tabourie, so we're constantly got the tunes playing, and I think we go through different moods, but I think we get the 90s rock happening. Rock happening a little bit. So I think it was Israel Sun by Silverchair.
Israel Sun, that's a great song.
It fires us up.
It gets you fired up. And actually on the Frog Stomp album, I'm pretty sure, is that the first song? A bit old school. I think it's their first song.
I'm impressed, Maxie.
Yeah, it's it does get occasionally played at the fire station when we're turning out down the Hume Highway to the big one. We get a bit of Silverchair on. Here's a bit of it here.
Yeah.
Get you fired up this one. That's awesome, boys. Yeah,
excellent.
So a bit of context to why we ask people that. We have a playlist on Spotify from people from all over the world that give us their pick up happy songs, and it's good to add different genres. We speak to someone in Germany, they have someone that we've never heard of before, and it's just this German.
Okay. That's all right.
But that's added to the playlist, guys.
It's a very global playlist, but it's cool. We learn, every day's a school day. You learn about someone new. So that's really cool. So,
but before we wrap up, just one more shout out to where people can find you and websites, socials, and so on.
Yeah, so the website, surfersrescue247.com, and our Instagram at surfersrescue247.
Yeah, cool.
Brilliant. We'll put all of that up when we post the episode, and we'll put all the links on for you, so when people can find you. So it's been a real treat to meet you guys. I thought it was incredible when I learnt about it, and all these different things that different people are doing out there that all, is in the thing. If you said it's all about community, it's saving lives, and, and that's what it's all about. So we really do appreciate you sharing the story.
It'd be good to maybe, see if there's some collaborations in the future, when we're doing stuff up and down the coast. We'll try and tee something up. It'd be good to do some stuff with you guys.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Love to have you, Maxie, and and learn from you as well, mate. So we'll definitely keep in touch. Really appreciate
for sure, guys,
getting us on.
Yeah,
definitely.
Again, I really appreciate your time. I know it's been a busy couple of weeks. We've had to reschedule a few times, but this was a no-brainer. Lee's about to go overseas. We had to get this episode done, as in we really want to interview you guys because of the great work that you guys do. So thank you.
And we're glad that you got to, I forgot the name. What was the Urban Surf. Urban Surf. Glad you got to Urban Surf and, rearranged, because we didn't want you to be trying to hotspot off Wi-Fi in a car park. Maxie and I have done a podcast in a car park. It's hotspotting off Wi-Fi. Truck stop. Yeah, the truck stop. How does that even happen? But, you know. Right. So, we really do appreciate it. It's great. And, we'll be keeping in touch and following along.
Just before we go, guys, as we say goodbye, just stay on the line after this so we can just say a proper goodbye. So, thank you.
Thanks,
We'll see everyone next week. Bye.
Bye.
See you guys. Bye.